What you're hearing right now is the Maono PD200W dynamic microphone. And yes, this microphone is wirelessly connected to my camera, but this wireless functionality also works on your phone or computer, and it even has an XLR output and a direct USB-C connection all in one body. So that combination for a price tag of around $130 makes it worth taking a closer look. Now, full transparency, Maono did send this microphone over for review, but they don't get to review this video, and as always, all opinions here are my own. Alright, so let's start with how this microphone actually connects, because that's where most of the flexibility actually comes in. Out of the box, the PD200W can be used in a few different ways. You can either use it wirelessly with a USB-C receiver, which works directly with most phones or computers. But you can also use it wired over USB-C, plugging it directly into a laptop or a desktop, and then selecting the microphone as your audio device. And finally, you can use it as a traditional XLR dynamic microphone, connecting it to an audio interface or a preamp, just like you would with more traditional studio mics. And that alone makes this mic extremely versatile depending on how your setup evolves over time. Now, if you do want to use this microphone wirelessly with a camera, like I am right now on my Sony a7 IV, you do need the TRS analog receiver. And this is a separate purchase, so it doesn't come included in the box when you buy the microphone. Now, it's about $30 extra, and with the microphone itself priced at around $100, it's still a very reasonable total cost for a microphone setup like this. What's also cool about these receivers, so the TRS one and the USB-C one, is that they can connect to two PD200W microphones at the same time. So if you're, for example, running a two-person podcast or an interview setup or a dual host YouTube video, you can run both mics into a single receiver. The audio records as a stereo signal, which you can then later split into two separate channels if you want to process each voice individually. Now let's talk about the sound quality of this microphone. So what you've been listening to this whole time is the microphone going into my camera wirelessly with my typical sound processing applied to it. Now, if I switch that processing off, this is what the microphone sounds like, going into the camera with absolutely no processing applied. And honestly, for a wireless dynamic microphone at this price point, the audio quality is genuinely quite impressive. It has that controlled broadcast style sound that you'd expect from a dynamic mic, with good rejection of background noise and a really nice vocal tone. Also, the fact that you can use this wirelessly is what got me intrigued on this microphone in the first place, and what kind of makes it unique. Because in certain scenarios, less cables is just kind of better and easier, and it looks cleaner. Anyway, let's do a quick test of the wireless performance. So according to Maono, the wireless feature of this microphone should go up to about 60 meters. So I'm just gonna start walking away from the camera, and you guys are gonna be able to hear if at any point the audio cuts out. Also, the battery life on this thing should be about 60 hours, which is really nice. Just gonna look behind me so I don't fall over. And yeah, anyway, I don't know exactly how far 60 meters is, but I'm guessing the end of the street here is about 100 meters. And then obviously we have perfect line of sight, as you can still see me. Anyway, we're about halfway now, so I'm guessing this is maybe 30 meters away or so. And if you keep going, I guess this is probably 50 meters. So I wonder if you can still hear me. Anyway, I wouldn't know why you would use a microphone this far away, but let's see if it still works. I'm just going to keep going until the end of the street and then see if we still have a connection. This is definitely 60 meters, I would say. Let's see if it's still there, if you can still hear me. Now we are almost at the end of the street. And yeah, I would say this is about 100 meters that we're away from the camera right now, from the wireless receiver. So I wonder if it still works right now. This is the end of the street, and this is definitely 60 meters. Like, I would not know if you were to still use a microphone far away from your camera. So I would say that that 60-meter range pretty much holds up. Anyway, I'm not sure why you would do this, but let's see how the audio holds up when I leave the room. So I'm just gonna take this guy for a little walk, and you can tell me if you can still hear the audio. So I'm gonna leave the room now. I'm in the hallway, and now I'm in a second room, and I wonder if the audio cuts out. I'm going to keep walking. So I'm going to leave that second room, go into a third room. So you can still hear me. So I'm guessing probably now the audio is cutting off because I'm quite far away and there are a few walls there. I'm walking back now and probably the audio has come back in. Anyway, I think in most use cases, you're going to have whatever device you're recording on, so a camera, a phone, or a computer, relatively close or in line of sight to the microphone, and in that case, everything should work perfectly fine. On the microphone itself, you've also got some really nice features. There is a physical mute button, which instantly silences the microphone and turns the LED ring red, and that can be really useful for live streams or meetings, or any situation where you need to quickly mute the microphone without any software controls. There's also a gain control dial allowing you to adjust microphone gain and headphone volume directly on the microphone. And yes, there is a headphone output, so you can monitor your audio in real time through the microphone with zero latency when using USB or wireless modes. And I already mentioned that I think this microphone is really good value, but it's even more so when you see how complete the entire package is. So in the box you get the microphone itself with a shock mount, a removable windscreen, a USB-C cable with a USB-C to USB-A adapter, the USB-C wireless receiver, and a solid weighted desk stand. And the stand is actually quite nice and it's heavy enough to support the mic properly, which isn't always the case at this price point. The only thing that feels a bit less quality is this shock mount right here. It's plastic and it doesn't feel super durable, so you might want to go easy on it. All in all though, this entire package is $100, which is really good. And like I said, if you want the wireless connection to your camera, that's an extra $30. So for $130, you're getting a pretty nice setup for pretty much any situation. Now, Maono also offers an app for your computer or for your phone with some extra features. In the app, you can do things like select different noise reduction options. You can adjust EQ curves manually or choose from some of these presets. And you can also change the lighting effects on the microphone and change the color and the brightness of that light if you wanted to. Now, I personally don't see myself using this a lot. I prefer to have a clean signal going straight into my camera, for example, and then do all of my processing in something like DaVinci Resolve. Anyway, I genuinely think that the PD200W is a really great deal if you're looking for an affordable dynamic microphone. The wireless flexibility plus USB-C and XLR connectivity is great for pretty much any scenario, and the fact that you've got dual mic support on those wireless receivers is really nice as well. My only gripe is that the kit doesn't come with that additional receiver to use the mic with a camera. Like, they could have just included it and then made the price a little bit higher. Anyway, if you're interested in picking this microphone up, I will have a link down below, so make sure you check that out. And if you have any questions, just drop them down in the comments. Alright, that's it for this one. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!